I showed Chris the shape. I'm like, we should do a lesson on this shape. And Chris is like, oh, Dawgatonics.
Dawgatonics. Dogatonics.
Hey, but it is not my to do that. You can get out of
Exactly. So to me, it's like just a very limiting possibility that when you get certain chords, this one shape gives you a certain sound for specific reasons where the open strings lie. You get like the, which is totally different than. I've gotten more mileage out of this than any mandolin shape ever. It gives you a whole different kind of shimmer out of the, it's either the flat 3 in F major or the flat 5 in D minor.
And this is stuff that like is a little bit beginner friendly.
Oh, it's super simple to create really cool licks. Like if you were playing like, and then like that kind of thing, you know?
So yeah, we have the opportunity to get a little bit of insight and perspective from Peter Rowan about how all this came into the bluegrass world from Frank Wakefield and David Grisman. So we'll turn it over to Uncle Peter now. Where did that come from?
The pentatonic thing. The guy who was first, they say now in jazz, the first modal album was Kind of Blue, in the late 50s, Kind of Blue. And I talked to a guy who played with Miles, and he said the way that happened was that the clubs in New York had passed a rule, no dancing to jazz, but jazz musicians had to have a union card that'll let them play clubs where there was no dancing but drinking. And all the jazz guys in New York would come, but they'd had to stay a week to make the money they would have made in one night in Carnegie Hall or something. It was a crackdown by the New York police or government, and so that pentatonic or modal style playing, they're saying now came out of Miles's residence. They were there for 2 weeks, and then they recorded Kind of Blue. So it was like Miles's search for the mood of the moment, and it really captured it.
So David was tuned into some of that, maybe?
Well, David used to listen. When David and I we lived together, we would listen to Coltrane and Miles and Monk especially, and Cannonball Adderley. And Cannonball Adderley had hits on the radio at the time, and he was in that Kind of Blue session. Both Coltrane and Cannonball Adderley were there. So it was like the beehive or the hotbed of I guess if you want to say pentatonic is the same as modal in a way, that kind of dwelling on a scale, and Coltrane went his way with it, and of course Miles went his way, and then Cannonball stayed in a very traditional kind of way, but he brought it into his playing too. That's my impression.
And that was like a pretty big departure from like Monroe style mandolin into that.
For David? Yeah, but I would say Frank Wakefield was on it already. He was kind of in the headspace. Yeah, and a tune like Roanoke, for instance, could easily become adapted into, when you got I mean, you've got a mode there. That mode could be played in any position, right?
That's good.
Howdy neighbors, welcome back to the channel. I'm very happy to have a special guest with us here today. It's my buddy Mickey Abraham.
Namaste.
From down Tallahassee, Florida, and some of y'all might know him from the Lessons from Marcel channel and Flat Picking Guitar Magazine. He's a great teacher, and today he's got some special subject we'd like to explore, so I'm gonna turn it over to you, Mickey. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. You don't want to do the whole intro again? The intro work, do you think?
That's what I was going with.
All right.
Mess.
I thought you were probably
I'll check this part out.
Okay.
Or maybe I'll leave it in. I'll just cut out that one part.
Sure. Yeah, hey everyone, namaste. So I had this idea for a video for Chris's channel. I wanted to show you guys this cool little pattern on the mandolin. I think I've gotten more mileage out of this pattern than any other one that I know of. And you could take it way further than I'm going to show you guys, but it's basically a 2-string pattern.
But before we do, please like and subscribe. And go ahead and hit that little bell there for the notifications, and you'll get all the good stuff from Noya Mountain Music. Thank you. And please consider becoming a patron on patreon.com/Noya Mountain Music.
I didn't know what to call it. I just said, Chris, I want to do a video on this shape. And then Chris said, oh, Dawgatonics, after the dog, David Grisman. Brilliant name for it. That's exactly where you can kind of use this shape.
Even an old blind hog gets an acre now and then.
So basically, I'm going to show you this shape right here.
You might kind of go this way so they can see.
Oh, okay. It'll turn this way. All right.
Let's do that again. I'll flip it.
Sure. So the shape looks like this. I'll break it down, but I'll show you the shape first. It looks like this. And a great way to explain it is take your regular A major kind of shape, like the do, re, mi. But instead of doing 0, 2, 4, 5, just do it 1 fret wrong and you get 0, 3, 5, 6. And then don't hit the 7th fret, go right to the open E and play 0, 3, 5. But this time instead of hitting 6, reach your pinky up to 8. So I see it very geometric, 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, 3, 5, 8. Now, what is this? It's basically an A minor pentatonic scale with an added flatted 5th. Play me an A minor chord, Chris. Works great. Play an A major chord, Chris. Gets the blues sound. So you can immediately use it over A minor songs, A major songs for the blues. And then if you're playing C major, it's relative, A minor is relative to C major pen. So this one shape, just this shape right here, would work in 3 different situations. So this is not really for like a melody of a tune, it's more for like a solo situation.
Jamming out.
Yeah, it's more for making an easy jam out little shape to get really cool licks. One thing I love about it is how you get these 2 notes at the same time, which are only 1 fret apart. But look how different this sounds than this. That's the exact same notes, right? But you get them to ring together. Like a singer couldn't even do that because you're kind of getting the notes to ring at the same time. So like, let's say you're playing something like Big Mon or something like that. We'd have, and then right here maybe. Let's see what that sounds like. Just the A section again. One time. 1, 2, 3, and then right here. So I'm just using that shape to bring out that bluegrass kind of sound there, you know? So can I do this everywhere? You can't do it everywhere, right? You can only do it in A or A minor or C major. Now, what makes it C major is instead of starting on the 0, I start on the 3, start on the C note, and do the exact same shape starting there. So if you did the same exact lesson I just showed you on the 2 middle strings, you get D minor. The relative to that would be F major, so that would work over D minor, D major as the blues, or F major. You could also do this in one other place in the bass 2 strings down here. So it's really a 2-string shape. I'm not going any further. You could take it way further, but I'm teaching it to you as a 2-string shape, like this: 0, 3, 5, 6. This would be G minor pentatonic, Dogatonic, or B flat major. So other than those 6 chords, A minor, A major, C major, the middle 2, D minor, D blues, or F major, and the bass 2, G minor, G blues, or B flat major. You could not do this over like A major pentatonic. You'd have to choose a different shape. So let's think of a tune that this would work really well. Let's say you're doing the classic Lonesome Fiddle Blues. Play the chords to the A section of Lonesome Fiddle Blues. Mm-hmm. This is not the melody. I'm just going to do a little solo to demonstrate the usefulness of this shape. 2, 3, and D minor. Top 2 strings is C. 2 middle strings, D minor. 2 middle strings. I just played the entire A section using the 2 middle strings, 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, 3, 5, 8. That's a D minor for the D minor chord. Top 2 strings, C major for the C major chord, starting on the C note. Back to the 2 middle strings for the D minor. And then for the tag, also D minor.
Can you run that last one down there? That's a different like stroke pattern.
The shape, the lick that I just put in? Yeah. So you see that I'm not choosing different notes, just instead of going in order, I guess to improvise, you take the shape and then you can play any notes in the shape. So in this case, I'm starting on this note, 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, 3, 5. Now is my starting point. 5, 3, 0. Up to the 8, same shape. And then back to the 5 and take it home. Oh, actually, to the 3 and take it home. I think that's what I played.
And if you're going to count that with the modern go, 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4.
Hey, for fun, why don't you try to improvise one and try to limit yourself to just that? I'll play the A section and try and do that idea. Use the 2 middle strings for D minor.
Just use the Dogatonic and D minor or whatever.
Exactly.
And C. All right.
And then in C.
I'm ready.
2,
I'm ready.
3, and... You see, it's really
It's just
effective.
like, you can play any note in just about any order, and you can do folded stuff. You do skipper stuff. You can't really hardly miss.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it's so great.
So that was D minor. Now let's say it's D major, like a song like Soldier's Joy.
And
So this will be like an extreme example. I'm going to go bluesy at the end because, of course, the same minor over the major chord is going to be the blues. So play the A section of Soldier's Joy. Maybe I'll play the melody like this: 2, 3, and. And then watch this. Just like a bluegrass kind of hot tie, I went straight to that Dawgatonic in D minor. And I love this. To me, that's so different than this. Or I use the open string again. I meant to do. Some people might be tempted to play this 7th fret right here, but one of the magic of this particular shape is that I'm going from the 6th fret to the open to get the little mandolin mojo juice there, you know? Here's another great example. Let's say you're doing Billy in the low ground. You could actually play this over the whole tune. Of course, this is not the melody. Disclaimer, I recognize I'm not playing the melody. It's just when you want to get a little dog solo going. The A section is just C major and A minor, of course. A quick G, but that'll work too. So I go up to the top 2 strings. I've got my C major, which is also A minor. That takes care of the entire A section. 2, 3, and A minor. C major. Tag. Same scale. B part, C major. 2 middle strings, F. Top 2 string, C. Stay there for the tag. C major, F, C. It's really a limiting exercise because you might be tempted to go to a different string or go to another note, which we could do. That'll be Dawgatonics part 2. This is just getting you used to the shape because you can add. Chris was telling me, hey, wouldn't you add this note? That one, right? Which would really change the usage of this shape, but you can obviously do that. So once you learn the shapes I'm showing you, you can go minor, major, third to get little awesome tricks, or things like change one note at a chromatic or something.
Yeah.
We'll do that next video and kind of get this shape down first.
So you could think about this as like a little cheat code or like a smart code. But if you're into that kind of hot sound that David Grisman, kind of really perfected into the modern sound of bluegrass, which you hear a lot with all of the best modern pickers. from your Chris Thiele to, Sam Bush, they're drinking.
Definitely Sam.
Same well, a lot of that. But, Adam Steffi.
Oh man, Steffi uses this all the time.
Sierra Hull. And, you could take this out of the easy zone of the A and E, D and A, and G and D strings. You could take it into different, keys. That's a little harder, but this is your training wheels. If you get used to these sounds here, then when you want to move it into, say, the key of B flat or B, whatever, you can do that. You want to demonstrate just a little bit of Dawgatonics in a closed position, a different position?
I mean, I don't even think of it as a closed shape. Like that's the idea that makes, to me, this Dawgatonic, the idea is that the open string is set in the exact spot to get this. So if I did that in a closed position, instead of you get this, that's not the same. See, if I go 0, 3, 5, 6, 0, that's totally different than going. You don't get. I guess you could do this, but that's so hard.
You get the same notes, but you don't get the same effect because of the ringing of the open string against the closed string.
Exactly. I'm using the open strings in a very specific way.
Very specific definition of Dawgatonics.
Yeah, to me, the open strings are a part of the shape. It's part of it. And not only just open string in that exact spot to get the flat 5 against the 5, or if it's C major, it's the flatted 3rd, which is almost like that Doc Watson's thing, like it's the same thing as like the famous Black Mountain Rag.
I sometimes call that the hobo lick because it sounds like you're ringing a bell.
Yes.
Yeah, mother use that movie. That's
Exactly. Grisman does something like that.
Yeah.
Another example I just thought of is like if you're doing a song like Wayfaring Strange in A minor, I would do something like this. And so you have like A minor, D minor, and E major, like a song like 1, 4, 5 in A minor. This one shape again would actually work over every single chord in that song. So like play the A section of that, and I'll show how I use this shape in Wayfaring Stranger.
All right.
Just the melody. Now right here, I'll play the Dogatonic for the tag.
Yeah.
Right there. That's a great place to use it in A minor. So that one shape, Big Mon, the A blues, Wayfaring Stranger, the A minor, C major. Oh, what if something like East Tennessee Blues with the C and the F? Perfect, right?
Yeah.
So you're going 2, 3, and F. Now, Dogatonic C. 2 middles F. Top of that C. Stay. So when I'm doing this kind of soloing, I'm literally thinking of the C Dogatonic for the C chord, the F Dogatonic for the F chord, and then I'm just C dogging till the end. Do that example again, because you'll see how I'm staying on the top 2 through the whole tag. I'm ignoring whatever people do there in A7 to D7, the different chords they put there. I'm just gonna play C Dogatonic over the whole thing. 2, 3, C dog. F. C. Okay. Stop, pause. Here's the D. I could not do it here. So in my brain, I forgot about that D chord showing up right here on the first pass of that first line of East Tennessee. It has a D chord that shows up.
Couldn't you do this like?
I mean, I guess you could, but I think that I suppose you could, but that's taking that into a... You could, it would be very bluesy. You want us to run it?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, 2, 3, and... Sure, and then even the G.
Hey,
You
now.
can do it over the G blues there.
Lots of money for your miles here, mandolin-wise.
Yeah, perfect. So you can see, you know, really, I'm using the D blues there over the D, like Chris said. He landed here on the G note, and then I guess he could play over the G chord, the G blues, which is the Dawgatonic on the bottom 2 strings.
Huh?
Okay, one more time, East Tennessee blues. 2, 3, and...
Yeah.
Then C to the end. I'm only using Dogatonics. That's it. D. G. C to the end. I used the one shape the entire solo. I've gotten more mileage out of this than any mandolin shape ever.
There you have it, folks. All right, so thank you very much, Mickey, for this
Oh, man.
expert lesson that he's been cultivating for how long you been teaching? 20 years.
More,
Yeah.
you know, since the 90s, really.
You probably showed this to hundreds of people, and now, if you've never heard it, you've got it now. It's the Dawgatonics, and feel free to go back and watch the video multiple times. And then for some of the beginners, it's probably going pretty quick, but go back and just rewind it when he's talking about the frets and all that. Get it going in A, on the A and the E, the D and the A, and then the G and the D, and then just mess around with it. And everybody's gonna do this stuff a little bit differently. That's where your style comes out and everything.
Yeah,
So make sure you check out Mickey, and you teach private lessons through Zoom and stuff.
absolutely. Yeah,
Get a hold of
you
him.
can find me at lessonswithmarcel.com. I'm pretty easy to find if you just Google me. You know, I'll show up. America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, he's my bro from way back in the Florida Folk Festival days. And yeah, so if you like this video, please smash the old like button. If you didn't like it, smash the old like button anyway. Just
Like
help
the
us out a
channel,
little
like
bit.
the
Give
video,
us a
comment on the
our
video.
algorithm. And yeah, please leave a comment. And if you like to support the work that we're doing here with the Knowing About Music channel, think about going to patreon.com/knowingaboutmusic. Many different tiers of rewards there. There's a couple free workshops at the Family Tree tier level, and you can check out the note for note videos on the mandolin and guitar. Many thanks to all the folks who've been helping us out on the Patreon. And yeah, so we'll just park her right there. Maybe we'll just do a little bit more of one of these tunes here. What you want to pick? Just to kind of
Let's do
have
that.
a little fun with it.
You pick.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do?
Let's do that. Let's do that. Lonesome Fiddle Blues.
Okay.
Here, 1, 2, 3.
Two middle strings. Two top. Two middles. Two middles. That's enough. That's more than enough, right?
Yeah. No, that's great. You just stream of consciousness, you know. You're such a good teacher. You don't mess up your words. You got it all organized. You've been thinking about it for 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they kind of went fast for beginners, for sure, you know. But I think I think that's good. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did it.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Yeah.
All right. That's way better than Zoom.
Yeah. Definitely. I think that's going to blow some people's minds.